Assalamu alaikum. Hi, Oracle, Reiki, spiritual healer. And today we are talking about cross conditions. And so I have on this scarf today, that means that we're going to put in some work. That means that I have some other people, who want to know about, survival tactics, in the city, all of these types of things. So, we're going to put in some work today. So let's get into our topic. When you are cross-conditioned, that means that multiple people have set up on you and attack you. It can be people who are in your neighborhood. It can be people that's on your job. It can be people that just dislike you, friends, people that, don't like your gifts or your blessings. But usually it is close family members that will set up and attack you. Usually it is those relatives that have tried to redistribute your gifts and your blessings in your family, creating these cross conditions. So, I have to break this down because a lot of people do not understand. They think that a cross condition is, people laying tricks for you, people, sending you the evil eye. No, it is people sending black matter to your life, to your energy, manipulating you, controlling you, sending black matter to your health. And again, usually this is family members, relatives, people that you know that have done this to you over your lifetime since you were a child. What creates these cross conditions is when multiple people attack one person. They isolate one person. The head ringleader will isolate one person in order to be attacked by the entire group, by the entire demonic narcissist group. So as long as we have this understanding of what the cross condition is, then when people feel that kind of attack, that type of low vibrational state that you're in, even as a child, they will continue. People that you run into, people in school, people on your job, people in your neighborhood will continuously attack you in order to harvest your energy, in order to, lay tricks for you, in order to harvest your financial energy at work by trying to get you fired. Smear campaigns, gang stalking, trauma bonds in your relationship will happen. And all of this has, it is derived from these attacks upon your gifts, upon your blessings, that these entities in your family, in many cases, are the first ones that's trying to harvest those gifts from you, that's trying to harvest your blessings, that's trying to control you as the chosen one. So in many of their tactics, the first of the tactics that I have seen, with a lot of my clients, is that they allow the siblings or the uncles and aunts in order to attack you, to take your beauty. As an example, they will allow this. The parents may attack you in order to take your financial energy. They may attack you to take your health, your mental health, that energy. They may attack you in many cases in order to attack you at the womb and attack you at the seed, so that they attack your relationship, so that you will be in rejection. This happens a lot in society, as we understand, with kings who want to siphon all of the energy of the beautiful people, men and women, who want to siphon all of the land so that the people stay in lack. that the financial energy never circulates in families, so you stay in lack. You never own anything, you never own any cattle, and the ones that do are really financially penalized, or they are in alignment with the entity. So we want to have this understanding when we're talking about being cross-conditioned, because when they cannot stop you at the level of your family, and they start to attack you with the court system, officials, CPS, when they start to attack you with the sheriff, the police, and the fire department, then you have elevated, you have ascended those types of attacks. In many cases, you will have to move away from those persons, like I always say. But when you start to cleanse this negative energy, and this is why I created this spiritual channel, so that you will understand. You are, in many cases, in a cross condition most of your life before you figure out that I have to cut off the head of the snake. Before you go to one of a spiritual healer in order to heal your situation, to cut off the head of the snake. And many times the body, the people that they have allowed to attack you, are exposed. They are exposed. If you kill the head of the snake, the body will die, will be unalive. So these are what we have as an understanding when we're talking about cross conditions. And I have to slow down. I have to really slow down, because I start to stutter when I get excited. I get anxious about helping you guys. And I love these types of questions. So I have to slow down. I'm slowing down. I'm not being excited with you. I love you guys. I thank you for all of your support. When we are going through these types of attacks stemming from our family, when nothing is going right in our lives, we have to identify the person that is the head of those attacks. So this is what many times the spiritual healer is there for. This is why people contact a spiritual healer. A practitioner is much different from a spiritual healer. Those people are just going to give you something to attack or try to heal the situation without identifying that person who is at the head of the problem. You might be having a problem with, your neighbor, when the real problem is your family, who has enabled them to attack you. So we have to start from the base when we have any client and ask them, have you been receiving these types of attacks, these losses, this bad luck, these health problems? Have you been receiving this most of your life? And in many cases, the answer is yes. And they will tell us that we've had, really severe allergies, all of my life. I've had problems where my parents tried to put me on medication. They put me on medication. And, once I got older and moved away from them, they started to get really sick, and they perished, and they were, unalive in many cases. And then the brothers and sisters started to become diseased and get sick. The uncles started to become diseased and get sick, because the identified person that has attacked you, which were the parents, which were those people who were allowing the SA, which were allowing the molestation, which were allowing these types of sacrifices, the gang stalking, and all of these types of attacks up on your health to siphon your energy with all of these energy vampires around you. The persons that you ultimately married to, as energy vampires, those people that trauma bonded you in your relationship, siphoning your energy from your relationship. You were, attacked in this way. You were cross-conditioned. You were not supposed to have a good relationship. You were not supposed to have money. You were not supposed to have good health. because if, they were supposed to take those type of things before you even knew that you had them. This is what the entity has given them, has integrated with them, has commissioned them in multiple families and many families in order to do these types of attacks upon chosen one, so that the entity is never exposed. The entity is never exposed, that, you accept the abuse, you accept the trauma bond, you accept the lack mentality all of your life. You accept this because you have been cross-conditioned. And once you start to cleanse your feet, you start to cleanse your mind, you start to cleanse your body, you start to cleanse yourself internally. This takes time. This takes time. This isn't an overnight process in order to heal. When you start to see that you were not the problem, you were not at fault in these situations. In many of the cases that I've had, you were too young to be at fault, where they were dumping their trash and their mess off on you and saying that you were the problem at 8 years old, and you were, SA'd or incest in your family. This may trigger some of you. So I want you to make sure that you're having these ideas of what the cross condition will look like when they try to attach to you, their negative dark matter, Jezebel spirits. When they try to attach to you the dark matter that they've incurred, that they've sold their soul to the entity, the Leviathan spirit, the pride, the arrogance, that you're okay with having nothing but looking like you do. Men and women, you have been cross-conditioned. This is a spell that has been cast over you by many people attacking you. So this is where we are. Once you start to cleanse that negative energy, you're going to identify multiple people who were involved in your downfall. That is going to, in many cases, it really hurts the chosen one. It hurts their feelings that, I have no one that I can depend on. And the entity does not want you to, voice this type of, distress. Because certainly God is coming to your rescue. Certainly the angels are coming to your rescue. Certainly the cry of the innocent, the cry of the chosen one, it will be answered. And these are the understandings that when you have been attacked by so many people, that you understand that you have to move away from these people. You have to be isolated, because these people will never stop. They will never stop. Once they have gotten a taste of your energy, and God continues to bless you, God continues to, knock them down and slap them down one by one. When they are identified for having your energy, unlawful energy, that, they cannot will, they cannot harvest. When they are held in, in the court, in the spiritual court, in the spiritual realm, for having unlawful energy, for, siphoning energy that they cannot handle, that they are not supposed to have in their possession. They are penalized. And many times it looks like people with amputations. It looks like sicknesses. It looks like disease. It looks like something happening in their family to the people in their family that they did to the chosen one. It looks like being unalived in their family, a whole lineage. All the people, one by one are unalived. So when you are cross-conditioned, you have to understand that you have to identify the persons, because it turns into a generational curse if you do not identify the head person, your mother and father, who allowed them in many cases to attack you and to siphon your energy, send black matter to you, lay tricks for you in the community, and overall harm your life. You must identify them. They must be revealed in your life as the person that is, have a hatred, wicked design against you. And many times chosen ones do not identify those persons until they are spiritually cleansed in this way. Mind, body, soul, internally, externally. To cleanse the poison that have been sent, to cleanse the spirits that have been sent to them. So I hope that you have received this message. You can reach out to me if you feel that you are cross-conditioned or you relate to this message in any way. Please book your one-on-one consultations with me so I can acclimate a gift to your situation. Book your life coaching sessions or your video chat sessions. Like, share, and subscribe. Donate to my channel. You can also leave a comment for me. I'm High Oracle, Reiki Spiritual Healer. Assalamu alaikum.